Yo, what up, though? It's Jay Hall. And the first time I got harassed by the police, and let me be clear, these are just times that stood out, okay? So the first time, though, that I got harassed by the police, I was like maybe 13, 14 years old. I was trying to hurry up and get home because I knew my mom had this curfew set up, you know what I'm saying? So I cut through the alley over in Dexter, where I grew up in Detroit, and I saw these two cops. One was kind of like being aggressive with this guy, and the other cop was kind of just chilling. I kept trying to go my way, and the cop that was chilling, he just grabbed me. And he throws me up against the fence or the wall. I can't really remember. And he's like, "What you see?" And I said, "Huh?" And he takes his gun out. He places it right here. And he said, "What did you see?" And I'm like, "Nothing." He's like, "Good, good, good." And he starts wiping, tears / sweat off my face. And then I went home. The second time that stands out is I was a little bit older, and my sister and I was walking with some friends in Illinois, and then we saw these cops rolling down the street, and they kind of gave us the, "Y'all stay right there. They about to zoom back around." So, I'm not gonna lie, we were skipping school. So me and my boys, we was like, "Oh, we out." So we was about to take off. My sister was like, "Well, we didn't do nothing." So she stayed still. And I didn't want to leave my sister. So I started walking back when the cops are surrounding her. And I had my hands up like this. And the cop that was walking towards me, he was like, "Yeah, homie, you know what it is. Wah, 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 wah." Straight body shots all up in here. They handcuffed me and they threw me down, made me sit on the curb. My sister had to explain to them while we were out. We was just heading back up to school. We were just having a little fun. And then we had to apologize to the officers, for causing them trouble. Yeah, we apologized to them. Years later, I was a little young adult. I get pulled over. I guess because I have a broken taillight or whatever. The cop asked me for my license registration. As I'm reaching for it, he's like, "Where you coming from?" I said, "Why?" And I guess he didn't like the way I said why. So he's like, "Get out the car." I'm like, "What?" So as I'm getting out the car, he pulled me up out the car, threw the cuffs on me aggressively again, and then slammed my face down on the hood. Remind you, my car is still running. So the whole side of my face is hot, and it was a hot-ass summer day. After that, they let me go. The crazy thing about all of that is that was such a normal for me. I mean, so normal. Matter of fact, that when it first happened to me, I didn't tell my mom. No, because I didn't want my mom to get upset. I didn't tell her till years later till I was a grown man. But I couldn't wait to rush home to tell the big homies. Because I had for years heard their stories about how they got harassed by cops and beat down and showing me their scars and their marks. And I wanted to be a part of that. I got around them and I told them the story, despite the fact that I felt like I was about to die. My heart was racing and I could not wait. And they exchanged with me and I felt like a man. I felt like I had arrived. It was a ritual. It was a transition, a rite of passage. And I also felt coming up that was just the normal. I thought that was cool. That was all right. That's something you go through when you black. You know what I mean? And when people would complain about it, I look at them crazy like, "Yo, where you from?" It took me years walking around with that psyche to get that type of thinking out of my head. I'm talking years. And even though I am not with that thinking, I understand that was not cool. That was not normal. That was not okay. America, the country itself, is always reminding me something different. You see, America's always reminding me that it's not the music that you like or my athletic ability or my style and dress that's not here to entertain you. I am less than cattle. You have no use for me. America is always reminding me that it does not care about black children, Tamir Rice. America is always reminding me that it does not care about black women, Breonna Taylor. And America is always reminding me that if it has no use for me, it would get rid of me as cool, calm, and collective as that officer that placed his knee on George Floyd's neck for 9 minutes. See, the crazy thing about that image for me, I don't know about you, was that he was so cool about it. He wasn't even angry. Because see, even in my past experiences, the cops were like a little bit aggressive. You understand? That's how less we meant. It was just nothing. And America is always reminding me of that once I don't have no use for you, that's what you're going to do. And see, when anytime somebody asks me, "Well, why is it that when they riot, they destroy their own neighborhoods?" Well, one of my responses is, America is always reminding us that this neighborhood is not ours. We just live here. And the moment that we get out of line, it's going to put us back in check. You see, when it comes to America always reminding us, the possibility of the outcome is always going to be that these very fine people, these black people who built this country for free, might turn around and burn this whole motherfucker down for free. And that might be a price to pay.